Hi, Ken and friends at Central Cambria. This is Patrick Bainey from the Central Pennsylvania Digital Learning Foundation. I wanted to give you a brief overview on Odysseyware. I set you up with an administrative account, so you are able to see the Central Cambria kids and only the Central Cambria kids in Odysseyware. Again, I did want to remind you that Odysseyware is just one of the platforms that we use, so several of your students will have classes that are outside of here. For the most part, we teach the core requirements in English, science, math, and history on Odysseyware. However, if there's courses that we do not teach, we use either Odysseyware Academy or Florida Virtual, so that is a completely different login. Mr. Crott and I did talk about yesterday about not setting him up, but me reporting those to you on Wednesdays as far as how they're doing in those other outside courses, since you don't have access to those. But in order to get into Odysseyware, what I want you to do, or what you'll need to do, is go to this website. And obviously this is also included in the email that this video is coming with. But you'll go to cpdlf.owschools.com, and then you'll log in, and it'll bring you up to the Sunrise page. Once you do that, you're going to use CC admin, as in Central Cambria admin, and your password is simply going to be Red Devils, all small letters, all one word. And when you click on that, that will take you to Ready, Set, Learn. Now, from here, this will bring you to your main page. Across the top, you'll see this blue bar. This is called the nav bar, and this is where you'll access all of your different functions in order to check in on your kids. First and foremost, you'll be using the gradebook, and you'll also probably be using the reports button. So if we click on gradebook, that will bring up a blank gradebook, because right now there are no students attached to that. So you can search for your kids independently and one at a time. So if I just type into U, it'll bring up anyone with the letter U in it. If you wanted to see all of your kids at the same time, you can simply hit search, and that will bring up everybody. So we can see exactly how we're doing regarding each of these kids. Okay. Now, if we take a look at Cameron, one thing we'll notice is that he's behind. All right. Right now, so just to look at this, it obviously has the course, it has the start date and the end date. So this lets us know if it's a full year course, or in this case, like phys ed, is a half year course. Okay. Progress at the end of the year, this should be at 100%. In this case, in phys ed, it should be at 100% at the end of the semester. So we basically break it down by quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, they should be at 25%, right? Roughly, this comes to about 3.5% per week. So that's what we shoot for the kids. They do need, so we say they need to be at 3% each week. And along the right-hand side, we have the actual grades, all right, on the work that they have done. Now, we do not backfill with zeros. So, even though Cameron should be at 6%, we don't go into the grade book and mark zeros for everything that's due, all right? But we do try to keep them on pace at 3% each week. So that's one way that we can check the progress. And this gives us a quick snapshot and a quick visual just to kind of see how we're doing. So we know we can look at Megan and realize that she's doing extremely well, whereas Cameron might need a little bit more assistance and more help, all right? So that's one way that we can do that. Another function that you can use are the reports button. And if I go ahead and click on the reports button, that will bring up a list of all of the different reports that I can run. There is a detailed description right in the center field here, so if you wanted to know what they do, you can certainly take a look at that. The two that you'll probably be using the most are login, logout times, and then also student progress. So if I wanted to go ahead and click on login, logout, I set my time frame, so in our case we started on the 23rd, although some of your kids came in much later than that, and then I will just date this for today. And obviously all of the the Central Cambria kids come in. All I have to do is select all, and then if I want, I simply click PDF, and that will generate a PDF report. So this shows the Central Cam admin, so that's you, and I'm logged in as you now, so you can see exactly what time I logged in and logged out. And then we can break it down for each kid. So I can see that Cameron logged in on the 30th, on the 9th, or on the 1st, 5th, 6th, 7th. So he has been logging in, however, his times are relatively small. If we go ahead and compare that to a student that's been working a little bit more, I can see that Autumn's been in a lot more than the other kids, or at least than the previous learner. So we can see exactly how much they're logging in and logging out. This does not necessarily always generate a success, though. I mean, obviously we want kids logging in, but they can open your computer and walk away, and it still counts as a login time. So they do know how to manipulate that. So that's not always the best indicator. Another report that you possibly would want to run would be a student progress, and that shows progress for each individual kid. First thing you want to do for the time frame is go ahead to this full year 2017-18 and semester 1 2017-18. And that will automatically update the start date and the end date. Here we're going to select all of the learners again. Now what that did was that has the semesters and the kids, but none of the courses are attached to it. So I want to go down to select enrollments and click on this show and refresh. Once I do that, that will generate and attach each course that each kid is in. So if I go ahead and select all, I usually run this as a CSV, but I can run it as either one. So if I click it as a CSV, what that's going to do is that's going to automatically populate and create a CSV file for me, right? So I can see here, the kid's name, their username, who their teacher is, the start date, end date. Row K and L are probably the two most important. This shows you the current grade, and this shows you the percent complete. And then it does break it down individually as to how they're doing on test projects, etc., etc. So this is another report that you can use, and this is actually the report that I use to generate my weekly reports with Mr. Crott. Right? You are more than welcome to play around with any of these reports. If you find one that might suit your needs a little bit more, by all means. If there's anything that I can help with, please let me know. And again, the login and the password for Central Cambria is a district-wide one, so you're more than welcome to share that out with other staff that might need it, whether it be that athletic director or special ed director, building principal, whatever that is. And again, if you have kids that are not on this program, that means that they're taking their courses elsewhere, and we're just going to have to do a workaround to get you informed on how they are doing. Again, I appreciate you guys working with us. Excuse me. And I'm here if you need anything, so please reach out. All right, thanks again.